everyone. This is my first stab at a YouTube video that highlights my paintings that I've recently begun using. It's a pouring technique. So right now I am going to be mixing the colors that I plan on using for this particular painting. It's been suggested by several members of my family to do this with the hopes of perhaps getting some sponsorship through specific companies such as Liquitex, who their products are the ones that I use the most. So I'm only going to be using a few colors at this point. I'm using cadmium red deep, and I have started to understand that I don't have to use as much as I had been in the past. The secret is not to use as much paint, but mostly use the pouring medium that I use, which is the Floetrol, and water, and just a little bit of silicone. Another beautiful thing that happens when I use with this new mixing technique that I've discovered, I don't use as much Floetrol as I had in the past either. This also, the way it works with the water, helps to spread the paint more evenly and reduces the possibility of cracking in the paints once they've dried. So I use these plastic butter knives to do my mixing. They're cheap. I can get a bag of them, 100 for $1, which is pretty good. Thing is, okay, see, I don't know if you guys can see this, but how the paint is dripping off of the knife here. Just add a little bit more water, because you want the paints to fall off the knife in a steady stream. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. Next color. You want to make sure that you, as you're mixing, you get the sides of your cup. Make sure that all of the Floetrol is mixed in with the paint. Some of the artists that I've seen will spend a very long time mixing their paints. I guess I'm a little impatient, but I want to produce quality work. If you'd like to see some of my finished paintings, you can go to Etsy. The site is Emily's Garden Studio. I named it in honor of my daughter, who recently passed away from stage 4 brain cancer. She had been battling for 8 months. My daughter was an amazing artist herself, and I figured the best way that I can honor her is to create beautiful pieces of work and finally sell my work, which is what she always wanted me to do anyway. So now I have a very good reason to do all of this. Mix, 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 and for each color I'm using the white first. Now you would probably want to go from darker to lighter. It's all dependent on what kind of effects that you're hoping to get. This will be a dirty pour, so I'm going to alternate the colors a little bit. There we go. Alright, so alright, so there we have our what we're going to be painting with, the colors mixed and prepped. And here is our canvas. As I said, this is not a canvas. This is actually an old LP. Sorry, it's a Rod Stewart album. Sorry, Rod, but I need to make some art. So, as you can see, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here. And what I did on the front of the album where I'm going to be painting is I spray painted the album to give the paint something to adhere to. And now comes the part where I put on my gloves, because I don't want paint all over my hands. Alright, so first thing I did is I'm going to take my album cover here, or my album. Whoa, crap. That's okay. And I've turned it on top, and then flip it over. Now while that's sitting there, I'm going to heat up my heat gun here, because that will help with the creation of the cells. And wow, look at that. Still have some left in the cup here. Of course, I'm going to tilt. See the cells is just coming out all over the place as a result of the heat connecting with the silicone. And make sure that the paint reaches every edge of the album. Now of course there's a lot of paint here, obviously, so it's going to spread and it's going to fall over and I'm going to lose a lot of paint. Hopefully I will not lose all of the beautiful cells that have developed. So what I'm going to do, just to make sure that all of my cells, or I create more cells, I'll go back to my heat gun. Get it nice and hot here. And as you can see, lots of cells forming, getting bigger. This has become a really very popular art form. The beautiful part is that no two paintings, I should say, will ever be the same. And now we will just let this sit, and when it dries, hopefully it will dry with all of these beautiful cells still intact. If you like this video, please click subscribe or click the like button, and hopefully I will see you guys again soon. Thanks very much.